right now. Okay, so we're recording, and this is the AP study group on Wednesday, April 21st at 9 a.m. And we're going to first go over the email that I sent about 25 minutes ago. So obviously, if you're watching this, you are taking the AP Calc AV exam. And I know there's 3 different dates. There's May 4th for Administration 1, there's May 24th for Administration 2, and there's June 9th for Administration 3. I believe my AP period students are doing the May 4th one, but some AP period students may have opted to do a later one. I don't believe any B or D period students are doing May 4th, let's hope not. May 24th is more ideal for B period, and of course, June 9th would be more ideal for B period. So I'm going to talk about what the AP review sessions on Thursday, April 22nd, which is tomorrow, as well as Friday, April 23rd, later this week, will look like. So that's what we're going to do right now. So the times are from 12 to 1 p.m. and 1 to 2 p.m. So there's 2 blocks for Thursday, another 2 blocks for Friday. In fact, if you're curious to see what they look like exactly, I think they're right here. Yeah. So this is the schedule. So you could see that for, and this is true for both days. This is the schedule for both days. So they do start at 8:30 in the morning, and good, they put a break, a half-hour break between 11:30 and 12. And AP Calculus AB/BC is only computed English language from 1 to 2 on both days. If you are a junior, obviously all juniors are doing English language, and if you care about that, doing well in that AP exam, which actually probably should, given how colleges have gone test optional, some even gone test blind, like the UCs and Cal States. You probably want to do well on all your AP exams, especially English language. But English language is offered 5 different time slots. So if you don't have any conflicts for the morning or 9:30 or 10:30, maybe attend one of those, so that way you can attend the 1 o'clock for my class. So unless you have other stuff going on, I totally get it. But English language that has lots of options. But we're pretty much the only show in town from 1 to 2. There is some competition for the 12 to 1 time slot, and I know there will probably be some conflicts. Like, for example, somebody might be taking APE, somebody might be having AP World History if you're a junior. Some might be AP Physics 1. I think will probably have a lot of overlap between this class. But remember, Physics 1's also offered earlier time slot as well. Environmental Science actually has 3 time slots. World History, not so much, so I could see that being an issue. I know not many people take it. So anyway, there are computer science principles also offered earlier. English literature, if you're a senior, there are English literature of the time slots as well, period 2 and period 3. So hopefully we'll have some really strong attendance for our 12 to 1 and 1 to 2 time slots. Now, I am going to make each of those different. So it's not like, okay, just show up and we're just going to just do problems or ask questions. Yes, ask questions, of course, but it's not going to be kind of like an open-ended thing. It's going to be very structured. And I'm going to talk about that structure right now. So multiple choice non-calc is well covered from 12 to 1 tomorrow. Multiple choice calculator required is well talk about from 1 to 2 p.m. tomorrow. Then free response calculator I'll talk about on Friday from 12 to 1. And free response non-calc I'll talk about from 1 to 2. I will record all these. And now, how actually each hour is going to look, let's get a little more granular here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share a whiteboard and talk about each session. So we'll start with Thursday, 4/22 from 12 to 1 p.m. That's going to be multiple choice non-calc, okay? Now, hopefully you still have those AP review materials. If you didn't pick it up, do pick them up. The binder sheet or the cover sheet kind of explains what the color coding for each packet. I believe the multiple choice calculator, sorry, multiple choice not calculator is pale lavender. So we'll be working out the pale lavender packet during that time frame. So the first 5 minutes, again, I'm going to get really, really detailed here. So from 12 to 12:05, we'll wait for arrival with the people because that might take some time. Then from 12:05 to 12:15, that's 10 minutes. I'm going to do 5 problems. And just so you know what problems I'm going to work on, I'm going to work on the one that says 15 sample multiple choice. So there's a packet, there's a, if you kind of flip to that very thick pale lavender packet near the end, there's something called 15 sample multiple choice. I'm going to do 5 of those problems with you guys. Welcome in. And the reason why I'm going to spend 10 minutes on those 5 problems is because you do get an average 2 minutes per multiple choice question. I'm going to kind of model the process of how to do them. Then from 12:15 to trying to do the math here in my head. I could do math, right? 12:35, there we go. So for those 20 minutes, I'm going to have you guys do 10 problems in breakout rooms. So again, you get 2 minutes per question, 10 problems in breakout rooms. So we will break down to do breakout rooms. That part I'm not going to really record because that's, you know, a little weird to do that. Maybe if I see an opportunity for doing a recording, I might, but definitely record that first, the 12:05, 12:15. So you have at least that to lean on if you need to kind of watch how to go over some problems. In the breakout rooms, we'll probably do 8 breakout rooms. Probably do 8 rooms. And we'll try to divide them equally with probably 3 to 4 people in each room. And Ms. Bach and I have already decided that we will divide and conquer. So I'll kind of watch, I'll kind of check on 4 of the rooms. Ms. Bach will check on the other 4 rooms. And we'll try to spend 5 minutes in each room. So that way you guys get some of our undivided attention. So that's how that will work. Then from 12:35 to 12:40, we'll take a short break because I think you guys do need a break. And then we'll get back at it again from 12:40 to 1 o'clock. We'll do the 10 sample problems. Because there's another packet called 10 sample problems multiple choice. And we'll do that in breakout rooms again. They'll be in breakout rooms again. So you're gonna be doing a lot of like working groups, but we're gonna shuffle within each group to kind of help you guys out. And kind of the same thing with 8 rooms, 3 or 4 people in each room. And even within the room, if you guys want to divide and conquer there, like, you know, like let's say Ian's in the room with Sarah, and like let's say, okay, Ian's gonna do these problems, Sarah's gonna do these problems. Now, the one thing I do have to be mindful about is that for the D period students, you're not going to have learned all the material yet. So I'm going to try to keep the focus more on fall semester for the D period students. So I'll kind of tell you which ones are more fall semester problems, and I'll have that all laid out by tomorrow. I'll share that as a document with you guys. Like, you know, these are more fall semester, these are more spring semester problems. But you know, really A and B period, you know, they've seen pretty much everything, so they really need to embrace this. But D periods will still help. And by the way, for D period students, we are going to do something special with you guys if we do on June 9th. Once we finish session 4 by May 21st, we still have like, I think at 2.5 weeks, we still have plenty of time. So we'll make sure you guys have something kind of similar like this too. Just so you know. So that's what Thursday is going to look like from 12 to 1. Okay. Now, what about from 1 to 2? How's that going to look? From 1 to 2 p.m., that'll be multiple choice calc. It's kind of the cool thing with the eraser here. I can do that. Okay. It's going to be a little different, so I'm going to have to erase some of these things here. Okay. So now in this case, I believe that that's going to be the pale green packet. Is going to be the sorry, the multiple choice calculator is going to be pale green. Again, 1 to 1 of 5 will wait for arrival. And we're going to work out of the 20. Actually, hold on a sec. I believe there's I just need to pull up some of my documents here. Give me 1 second here. AP study groups, AP binder intro, sheets. Yeah, 11 sample. There we go. I forgot the name of that file. So we'll wait for arrival for the first 5 minutes. Then we're going to do the 11 sample problems. Now, the way the multiple choice calculator works, they give you 15 problems, 45 minutes. So you have 3 minutes per question. So I'm going to probably wind up doing probably 3 questions. From the 11 sample multiple choice. That'll probably take me about 9 minutes. So we'll say 10 minutes, just a kind of nice number there. Then what we're going to do is, because I'm a little more well-versed with how to use the calculator for this. And by the way, there are some problems in the multiple choice calculator that don't require a calculator at all. They're really just conceptual questions, just throw it in there. But there are some questions that are calculator required. I'll do those with you, and Ms. Bach will do the more conceptual questions. So we're going to actually kind of do something like this here. We're going to do from 1:15 to about, like, we'll say 1:30. There'll be 2 groups. The calc required group and the conceptual group. The conceptual group will be with Ms. Sydney Vach, and the calc required will be with me. So I'll take half the students, they'll be with me. Ms. Vach will be the other half. In fact, actually, we'll probably still do the same breakout rooms, do 8 breakout rooms. It's just that I'll watch 4 of the groups, and she'll watch the other 4. But the 4 that I'll watch, they're gonna be working the calc required. I'll tell you what those problems are. And then, and you'll be able to tell if you'll see like nasty decimals in the choices. And then Ms. Vach will work on the other group. Then we'll take a 5-minute break from 1:30 to 1:35. We'll take a 5-minute break. And again, I'm going to type all this up and make sure it's all detailed so you guys know exactly how things are going to look tomorrow. I just haven't had a chance to do that yet. I should have a chance be late tonight, early tomorrow morning. Then from 1:35 to 1:50, we'll kind of swap from up here. So whoever was in the calculator required group will now be in the conceptual group and vice versa. They'll swap. And then for the last 10 minutes, we'll probably look at select problems. And I'll do this as a big group from the 2012 multiple choice calc. Maybe I'll do like 3 or 4 problems, something like that. So that's how that's going to look. So you'll definitely get that exposure because it is a kind of a special skill set. And I'm definitely going to record at least these 10 minutes so you kind of see how to use a calculator. And I'll probably want to do it on my Mac device because I have the calculator app. Actually, I need to check to make sure it's still working. I'm going to have to get a license. Hold on a sec. Let's go to Finder here, apps. That just made me a little nervous. Smart View. Oof. Okay, 5 more days left for license. Okay, I will have to make sure I get renewed for next week. But at least, okay, I don't have to worry about that for tomorrow. Okay, good. Anyway, now for Friday, how's Friday gonna look? So Friday, okay, I erased it all, but whatever, it's fine. Friday, 4:23 from 12 to 1 p.m. Now we're going to talk about free response. So FR, free response, calc, because there are calculator required questions. And those only two, one and two will be that. And they give you 15 minutes per free response question. So when you start the test, it just starts around 8 a.m. But the project's going to read blah, 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 bunch of instructions. I think we're going to have to really hire some outside people too, because we got to get socially distance this stuff, and not feel we do not need a COVID outbreak. That would be absolutely disastrous for other people testing. So you'll probably have someone who probably doesn't know what's going on. They're going to take forever reading stuff, but you'll probably start the test actually around 8:30 or so is my guess. And you have I should know this. You should have an hour for multiple choice non-calc. So around 9:30 you finish that. Then you start the multiple choice calculator by 9:30 to 10:15 or so. Then they give you about 15-minute break from 10:15 to 10:30. Then from 10:30 to 12, you do the free response. 10:30 to 11 will be free response with a calculator. That's numbers 1 and 2. The numbers 3, 4, 5, 6, you do from 11 to 12 roughly. So you'll be done by noon. It's a long day. Definitely you're going to have some food. We used to actually do a really nice buffet for the AP students. Obviously with COVID, we can't do that anymore. So make sure you have food prepared, maybe a snack or something with you. So anyway, free response calculator. What's going on here? So there's only 2 questions. So what I'm going to do is this. So from 12 to 12:05, again, we'll wait for arrival, because it always kind of takes a few minutes to kind of get started. And then from 12:05 to about 12:15, because I could do this kind of quickly. I'll solve one question. And what I'll probably have you do, because to make this more streamlined, is that Ms. Valk will also solve. And actually, let me take it back. It's not free response calc. It's going to be, I kind of lied actually. It's going to be free response. 2 questions we're going to do. We're going to do net change, which will involve a calculator, and FTC. My bad. So it's actually going to be free response, 2 touch free response questions. So, and I might need a little more time than that. So we'll say 12:05 to 12:20. So I'll solve one question, Mr. E, which will be net change. And then with Ms. Valk, she'll solve one question, will be FTC. And then from 12:20 to 12:35, and actually let me update that again. We'll say from 12:15, because you guys need more time to actually do it on your own. Breakout rooms again. And you try a similar problem. And then from 12:30 to 1 o'clock, we swap groups. So if you're in the net change group, you'll be in the FTC group, net change group. So you're gonna learn, some people do some calculus stuff, some people will do some FTC stuff. And we'll record. We'll record both this. So most likely, I think what probably will make the most sense is I could probably record, my part, and then Ms. Valk can record her part, and then she can share that recording with me. So that way you guys can see how to do the net change and FTC. So, and we're probably gonna wind up using 2018 and probably 2019. I'll tell you what specific problems we'll do. And 2018 calculator for response is salmon, and I believe it's blue or light blue for response without a calculator. So you'll need to have both those packets ready. So you'll do a calculator report. You'll be in one group where you have to be calculator, and another group will be non-calc, and then we swap. So you're going to have to be doing one from each packet during that time frame. And it's going to be specific to net change and FTC because they ask those problems on pretty much every year. But net change usually tends to be with a calculator. That's like section 8.1 where you're looking at applications of the integral, and FTC is kind of like one of the most important things in this class. That's how 12 to 1 is going to look. Then 1 to 2 is going to look like this. 1 and 2 o'clock, we're going to cover different topics. So I'm going to still do the calculator work. That's going to be linear motion. So like velocity, acceleration, stuff like that. And Ms. Vox is going to do differential equations. So we feel like we're touching the 4 most important topics. Now, however, keep in mind, there are other things too, like volume, some oddball hodgepodge topics. So those are things that I'll address next week. So 1 to 105, we'll kind of wait for arrival, and we'll kind of do the same thing. We'll kind of break into the same groups, but in this case, I'll be doing the linear motion. Ms. Walk will do the differential equation problem. That's non-calc. And then we'll do the breakout rooms where you try a problem, and then we swap groups after that. We swap the groups. Sorry, it's bad handwriting. And most likely using 2018, 2019. I might have to go back to 2017. I'll give you those details about exact problems, and we'll record this stuff as well. So have recordings to watch. After all that's done, so now I've given you all the details for Thursday and Friday. So going back to that email here, I will upload the old spring final exam. Actually, I'll just show it to you right now because I'm retiring it, so I don't care if you guys see it. So you know how finals used to work at Sacred Heart. I mean, we didn't do finals last year, but last fall of last school year, and if you're a junior, meaning during your freshman year or during 2019 school year, or if you're a senior, your first 2 years at Sacred Heart, you guys knew our traditional final exams, like we put you guys in a gym or big hall, or you do in your classrooms, and it was very structured and a little intense at times. And we never, at least for math, I don't believe any math teachers let students take the final exams home with them afterwards, even after we graded it. And we were very keen about checking your cell phones, don't take pictures of it. The pandemic has changed things, obviously, and I have made the decision, and the fact I'm the only AP teacher, Ms. Blanford's retired. I'm not sure, well, she probably would agree with me now, but 2 years ago, she would not agree with this. I am retiring the final exam. I did help shape it, but it was also created before I started teaching the class. This is a final exam that I remember giving to my students in 2011, 2012, I think, was when I first taught the class. Yeah, gosh, my memory is like so faded these days. But so this is it has so many different versions of it. I'm just going to give you the, I don't care because we're not grading it. It's not going to be, and we're not to worry about any academic honesty stuff. I'm retiring it anyway. But I'll give you guys the 4 parts. So we made a mock exam. It's not going to be like the real AP exam because we had to design for a 2-hour final. So I'd say find 2 hours this weekend, sit down and do it. And here's, section 1, part A, multiple choice without a calculator. And you'll see a bunch of questions here. And then, of course, section 1B right here as well, multiple choice with a calculator. And this has, so we also scaled it down a little bit to make it seem like proportional wise, like what you would see on the real AP exam. And then there's some free response questions as well. I think we do 1 free response with a calculator, 3 response without a calculator. We'll hit on all those topics I talked about. I'll even upload the answer key if you want to see how you did afterwards. But I would probably much prefer that once you're done, share your answers with me. And I also have like bubbles that you can fill out, because that's actually how we would grade it. And then of course for the free response, we have to probably do on a separate paper. And I'll let you, and if you want, you can upload to Schoology, and I'll give you feedback, and I'll score like an AP exam. And that way, you actually can get an idea of how you would do on the real AP exam. I remember actually after we gave the final exam, I did meet with all my students. I think one year I had, about like 50 to 60 students, and I literally spent 10 minutes with each student. And it was a lot of time, but it was so worth it because it really kind of made people aware of like where they were having some misconceptions, where they're making mistakes, and it really led to great scores on the real thing. The beauty is that not all of you guys are taking the AP exam at the same time, so I could probably prioritize the A period students first, and then after that, after May 4th, I could prioritize the B period students, and I could prioritize the D period students after that. The D period students probably would not want to do that mock final yet. You may want to wait till middle of May to do it because you haven't seen all the stuff yet. But A and B period students should be able to. B period students still have a couple more leftover topics, but I'm going to address that. And actually, I don't have any B period students here, so I'll have to maybe share some videos and help do some asynchronous stuff for that. Yeah, so then after that, starting next week, we will have a dedicated time. And so if you guys are probably familiar with the schedule that we have for next week and the weeks that follow. So term 4 locations, no, not term 4 locations. By the way, for those who are starting session number 4 with me, my D period students, we are going to be in Morey Field, the practice field next to the practice gym. We will be outdoors. Highly doubt we're going to have inclement weather. The weather's beautiful now. We had some issues with that during session 2. My indoor location, they have my old classroom, which obviously is not going to work because I can't jam all you guys in there safely. So I'm going to have to talk about that if we have to do an indoor. I highly doubt we'll have to do indoor location unless there's like a wildfire or something like that, but I don't think that's going to happen. But here's the schedule. And you can see that from 8:30 to 10:30 a.m., they have these times built in called on-campus learning support. Remember, you guys have just one class. Just one class. Like all your other friends at public schools, those schools, they're doing hybrid models. They got like 6, 7 classes, they got final exams. You guys have just one class. So pretty much we're near the finish line. So I think that's, and we have 100% capacity. I don't think any school could say that. So I think, yes, the schedule's been kind of a mess. It's been kind of crazy. But I do think this is the one benefit of going in this direction, that we have this kind of like, okay, we can breathe a little easier, we can focus on APs. So I think we're at an advantageous position here. So from 8:30 to 10:30, we have built-in things called like, if you have incomplete work to do for other classes, if you're into ASC, you need some help, a learning hub perhaps, and help remote AP review. So these will be Zoom calls. Now, personally, I won't be available on those Mondays and Thursdays. I have other stuff going on around that time, but I will be available on those Tuesdays and Fridays. And Ms. Vaughn should be available on the Mondays. So maybe we could take turns. She could do the Monday, Thursday, I could do the Tuesday, Fridays. And by the way, there's not many other AP teachers left who have an AP class. I was one of the lucky ones. I had an AP right before the AP exam. So Ms. Vaughn will be devoting more time because she works with other AP classes as well. But she'll be devoting a little more time to this class. It'll be office hours. I mean, that's really more for the D period students. But really, the AP review, I'm not gonna have my D period students there because they'll be in class with me. So it's really for A and B period. And really next week, it's all A period. I mean, I really want to focus on A period because you guys are taking AP really soon. B period can still show up. I'm really gonna put more energy towards A period students. And then we'll still have our normal AP study groups from 9 to 9:45. And that's open to anybody. But we are going to have basically 8 hours of extra review. And I'm just going to kind of say, we're going to go over these packages. Maybe we'll go over the 2015 free response or the 2008 multiple choice, or maybe the worksheets, the CREAM worksheets at the end. I'll still need to kind of figure out how that's going to look, and I'll send an email about that. And then, of course, there's deep here from 11 to 1:30, Spirit Week next week. We'll see how that goes. And then, of course, we end the day around 2:15. Then for weeks 2 through 4, that's going to be the week of the Administration 1 AP exam. So I'll be done with A period students, and then B period students, you guys are mine. I'm going to work with you guys for a couple of weeks, the week of May 3rd and May 10th, and even May 17th. So you can have a lot of time with me from weeks 2 through 4, where I'm going to spend a lot of time making sure you're ready for your AP exam for Admin 2, and of course learn some leftover topics as well. So maybe we could cover some leftover topics next week and the week after, and then we have maybe 2 full weeks of AP review from May 10th to the 21st. And then you do the AP on May 24th, that Monday. And of course, you'll graduate high school by then if you're a senior. And again, same kind of schedule. There's office hours and E period, blah, blah, blah. Day ends at 1:30. And then after things are done with session 4, my D period students are not doing AP till June 9th. Most of them are not doing till June 9th. We're going to still meet again. I'll figure out a schedule. May 24th and May 31st actually I'll still be available. It'll be on Zoom. I have to be on campus for some. I don't know what stuff I'll have going on. I think there's gonna be some stuff going on the week of May 24th. I don't know. And then technically, the commitments for Sacred Heart teachers ends by June 9th. Sorry, June 1st. But I'll still be available. I'll still help you guys. And then you'll do it on June 9th, which is a Wednesday, the second week of June. So that's again how things are going to look. Just want to go over housekeeping items with you guys. I think that's always important to do. And this is all recorded so people know what's going on. So I'll share this recording with everybody. And AP review materials, again, they're in McGaney, lockers 33 and 35. So this is the plan we have in place. I think it's a good plan. We will tomorrow kind of hit the ground running and just start doing some practice problems. And that's pretty much it. And for D period students, just so you know, I will have a cohort of students that are not doing the AP exam. So I'm going to upload some stuff in the syllabus by Friday, and I'll kind of figure out how we're going to break that up. I still need to kind of think that through just a little bit more. But I'll have Ms. Vaught to help. And also, I understand that you guys probably might need to review some stuff we did from the last 6 weeks. So maybe because we have so much time, maybe I might spend maybe the first day kind of reviewing those 6 weeks with you guys, and maybe Ms. Vaught could work with the non-AP student, the students who are not the AP exam, and kind of teach them section 5.1, and then we can kind of figure out how to move forward from that. Because I said I was going to hit the ground running at 6.4, but I think I might just have to review the last 6 weeks first, make sure you guys got that, and then we can do 6.4 on Tuesday, April 27th, and then kind of move forward after that. And you will have seen all the material, don't worry. We'll cover the entire curriculum by May 21st, and then you'll have some review to do after that. So it's 9:40 right now. We technically go to 9:45, but I think we could go ahead and stop there. I'm going to stop the recording.